All right. Welcome back to Health Hour, everybody. I'm going to be your host, MC. Now, I want to talk about some things right here. What we're looking at is we're looking at my daily routine, I guess. Because if you've ever been into prepping food, you know, it's time consuming. But see, we have, just like an alcoholic trying to quit drinking, he's got or she's got to go by all these stores that sell alcohol. They got to go in every store that sells alcohol. It's just like the person the individual that's trying to get better as far as what they consume. Their whole environment is driving by fast foods, gas stations, donuts. You understand? So when you really look at it, this is what I keep trying to stress, is we're all in the same boat. And we are. And they've made the food problem really, really bad. And all we hear on TV and the radio is it saves lives. It saves lives, Matt. And gamble. You win $150 on a dollar bet. Praise Jesus. And that's all it is. It's gross. Saves lives, Matt. It saves lives. And it's like, listen, we're going to go over some things, and I'm going to show you. We're going to talk about how the news never addresses, anything positive. And like, our whole environment is based off of consuming modified substances. And the meat that we eat is processed. It causes, when the body does not process what it consumes within 24 hours, it stores that and then it ferments and turns into toxins. And that's what causes the obesity. That's what causes the diabetes. That's what causes all these diseases, because the body's at dis-ease. When it was at ease, and generationally they have made us genetically at dis-ease with diseases. It's very easy once you get out of the world. And there's nothing good in society. All gas stations have beer, cigarettes, everything bad is what is promoted. During the football games, you've got thousands of people there, and between the commercial break, it's Domino's, Crystal, Taco Bell. All those give us diabetes. All those foods are what's giving the younger girls the boobs, and the young boys too. They grow up with boobs, and it's not your fault. Listen to me, if you're older and have struggled with that, they have put estrogen, I guess, if you will, and other things to create the boobs within the younger children, to create the depression within that individual. So that individual has to go get put on antidepressants, pills, and all this other shit by design, when you never even knew about any of this. Because this is what the honey right here. Now listen, you've got to get some honey, some cinnamon, and a real lemon. Okay, and I want you to do this. I try to do this every day, once, twice, a lot, because the honey and the cinnamon and the lemon, get 2 to 3 ounces of honey, put it in a shot glass or a coffee cup. Get some cinnamon, sprinkle it in there, and get some lemon and squeeze it in there, some juice, a quarter of it. You just want enough of the property. Heat it up for 10 to 12 seconds, stir it up, and then get you a spoon and just suck it down. Scrape the bowl, and what it does is these properties, this honey is made with a certain geometric code that coincides with our blood and the lemon and the cinnamon, but it's modified, but it'll be all right, because these properties will outweigh the modified substances in this and flush it out of the system. Because you have 12 systems of the body, and all these go into the 12 systems of the body. And what I do is I combine this on a regular basis, because this flushes the toxins. So when I eat the Reese's cup, when I drink the coffee, and then I eat this and stay on track throughout the day, each day I'm going to flush my body out. And you see, the meat consumption is very I have stopped it a lot, because the meat, if my body does not process it, okay, because I'm not hitting it because of my shoulder like I was before. So the meat, I can't eat a lot of it because my body's not going to burn it. So I'm going to go eat it, and it's going to store it, and then it's going to cause me to become obese. Then I have to go get medication in order to keep eating the meat that made me obese in the first place, instead of saying, listen, meat, they should say on the news that meat is like a luxury. You have to prepare to eat that meat, and the meat that we eat is very selfishly, and the animals are slaughtered for just the money side of it now. When the animals used to have like sort of a decent life, or when times is hard, you got to eat, then you eat it. But now it's, people eat a bite off a burger and throw it away. So there's no appreciation to it whatsoever. So they have desensitized us into eating holy, sacred meat from God. Okay, if we're going to look at it from that way, and we can look at it from a vegan point of view, but we're going to stay right here. But this is what I try to get into me, because this right here, before I go, and the Asian lady taught me about that. But it does, and you get it in you. Even like get it in you early in the morning or right before you go to bed. Okay, because that right before you go to bed, that shit, listen, what sounds more logical, these or this? This. Because even these get in your bloodstream and create your brain, your subconscious, to have dreams that's not even yours. This, if you dream natural, your soul is at ease. So when we're always on medications, our soul's never at ease. Okay, so now, because the symptoms, we get a symptom and then we go to the doctors and then they give us pills instead of us getting, because this right here gets you ready for the season changes every 90 days, and it does. And we're made of carbon, and you've got carbohydrates in here, and they tell you, you're on a no carb diet, and I've done that shit too, and you find out that it's a lie. It's all a lie, because see, radishes is the brain. That's like they say it's the top dog for the brain fluid within you. So if you're struggling with withdrawals and all that, you want to load up on radishes. You want to load up on that. You want to load up on mineral salts mainly. But the main thing is this, is carbohydrates is basically carbon. And when we cut the carbon, what we're made of, then we become dumb. And we become compliant, obedient. We never question authority because we become a slave under a commerce birth certificate slave system, which we are. Okay, but they don't push this. What if on Good Morning America they're like, look at this shit, we got a guy who's got almost 7 years against the pharmacy. We're going to come out of this. Wait a minute. Nope, can't have that. This kind of shit's got to go. They don't want my story to get out. And the people that's helped get this story to where it is. Because this is what I try to get every day. I get the tuna in here with this. But let's say if you don't even eat meat or whatever, you need to try to get something. And we could add to this. But see, I've got the purple cabbage, the purple onions, the spinach, the red bell peppers. I cut them, pull the seeds out, dump them in there. And then I've got pecan pieces. I've got hemp seeds, chia seeds, quinoa seeds, flax seeds. Okay, and then the grown radishes is you got to put it in there yourself. But the honey, of course, is something by itself. It'd be just like you taking a pill, but you don't. You do God. And these right here, you can put them in a blender, a Ninja or whatever, blend them up. Sometimes I just throw it in there. I mean, my body will grab it. But in the midst of mixing all this together, this is always going to be together for me in my prep meal. And then I'll add a red potato. I'm always adding an avocado or a sweet potato, raw okra, beets, pickled beets, pickled okra, something like that. And all these properties coincide with the 12 systems of the body, okay, that have the 12 mineral salts too. Because you've got 12 mineral salts. And potassium phosphate would be the main one for the brain fluid. Because that's your the gray pia matter, the claustrum, the cloister is up here. That's the house. You've got a cloister, and in that cloister is some precious fluid. It's the secretion, because it's a secret. They don't want you to know about it. And in your house, you have a closet. You keep special shit in there, right? Well, in your house, you have a cloister, which is the closet where your secret fucking oil is in there. And the more we consume shit TV, shit pills, shit alcohol, shit everything, the more we become stupid. And now we got to have an oil change, which is all this natural shit right here, mineral salts, alkaline water, and everything. And then slowly we come out of it. It's crazy putting people on some of this stuff and saying, don't tell your family. And then in time, they're like, what's wrong with you? Why? Because I'm getting better? I tell them, like, boy, when they can't control you no more, they hate that shit. And they start going like, man, I feel great. It's like you could the whole fucking time, but the more these people drag you along, the more they want you to depend on them, which is Satan. Satan says, come to me in the guise of, we save lives. The flaxseed meal, dude, this, if you get this in your diet, this will, I shit every day at the same time, every day. Every day. I don't miss. It's perfect. It's done. I can cheat and still have this running through me, and my body flushes it out. It flushes it. The more we suck in all this stuff and just sit there and don't do nothing, the more we become obese. We become diseased because the body is at dis-ease. They've created it. It's not real. That's Satan. And he controls the airways, the schools, everything. But let me read something right fast since we got a little time. This is a good video too. What we're going to do is we're going to read Bible verses about seed. Genesis 1:29, it says, then God said, behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed. That's all that is on the surface of all the earth, and every tree which has fruit yielding seed, it shall be food to you. And that's what powers me and you. This is what powers you. Your brain is your battery. Okay, and this is the oil. The same way the gas and the oil runs the vehicle is the same way, which is a vessel, is the same way that this brain fluid and body fluid and mineral salts and alkaline and all that runs this vessel. Okay? This vehicle, because you are a vehicle and you have blood vessels, and these coincide with the geometric code within your blood. Everything is math. It should be simple. You put shit in, you're going to get shit out. You put good shit in, you're going to get good shit out, as far as thinking, as far as movement, activity, wanting more out of life instead of consuming all these shitty substances and just that's real. It saves lives. Gamble. You can win $150 if you bet $1. Oh, saves lives, put a mask on. But gamble. That's all it is. It's such a mockery in every commercials. Get on antidepressants. Eat Dominoes. Eat crystals. Eat this shit. Eat, sodas, energy drinks. And all that destroys Christ literally inside of you. Okay, let's see. Hell, I don't know if we want to go into all these damn long verses. I was trying to pull up some stuff, but there's 47 verses about seeds. So, and all this comes from seed, and don't even have the fruit. Fruit is a whole nother level, but it's like your mineral salts. This is just one book. I always use this for an example, but this is not just the only one. There's a bunch more. But all you have to do is when you're having a problem is look at this book, and it says mental symptoms, illusions of the senses, and mental disorders. Mag-Phos is closely allied with Cali-Phos, which is up here, as the latter acts upon the gray nerve fibers, while the former acts upon the white nerve fibers. These being so closely connected, it is evident that a molecular disturbance is one of them will be apt to cause a disturbance in the other thereof. Therefore, the characteristic indications of the two salts may, in some cases, be somewhat similar. So when we have a mental illness, it's because our deficiency, they've taken the mineral salts from us, and the environment that you have has nothing in there. So we become deficient by default. When you take it away, the cause is they're going to take them away, and the effect is the mental illnesses, the eradication of the foods and the properties and the carbon that's in it that coincides with us, and then we become mentally ill. We become obedient. We become the fucking TV. That's who we become. And it's like, man, it's on TV, and it's crazy. And a lady the other day, I never thought she would said it. And she was like, they're saying that white people in their 30s or some shit are getting it, whatever she had seen. And she goes, but Matt, that means one of the two is lying. And I said, no, they're both lying. I said, now you're starting to get it. And see, this is Satan that has taken this and gave you the sorcery medication industry. And that's what he does, and eradicates everything. And they put the mega churches out there. What's in all the mega churches? What's in basically all churches now, Christians? My own family's out there. Cokes, sodas, high-powered coffees, coffee bars, extracurricular activities everywhere. There's no learning about shit. It's all about, look at us. Jeez, he did it all, buddy. We can just do whatever we want and then go back to God. Go back to God and prove me wrong. Because the more y'all stay into this, I don't have it probably 2 years tops, me and others that are going to fight this shit, because I'm standing up I'm standing up for everybody. You've been fucking lied to, and people know, Matt, we love being slaves. Listen, you've been in it your whole life. Your birth certificate says only people that are slaves would be deprived of this knowledge right here, and of the zodiac, which is right above your head, and which is in Scripture. It's everywhere in Scripture. They don't talk about it, Matt, so it's not real. Yeah, it's in there. I talk about it all the time. The heavens declare the glory of God. I've been up since 2 this morning out there checking out Orion, Canis Major, Gemini, Taurus, looking at the little V cut of the constellation right over here. It's where you're at in your geographical location. You need to go out there and start paying attention, because there's an angel or an angle over you that is watching your dumb ass, and it's trying to get your attention. But every night you go inside and see, you couldn't hear. Yeah, I know. And then Satan's going to shut it down one day and be like, you're probably right in the middle of winter, since Biden said there's going to be a dark winter. William Shatner said there's a coming catastrophic event. No, Matt, you're stupid. It's like they say it. I ain't saying it. And then it's stupid because you don't listen. But you've got to get back to God. You got to get back to saving your own life. They're killing you. That's what they do. They kill you. Purple, spinach, green, red, purple, green, red. Every day. You got to get the variety of the rainbow in you. And then you got to get your good carbs in you. Even if you cheat, you got to get something in there. But dude, I could put together something within 4 ounces to some of y'all around here and sell it early in the mornings, or you could come by and get it and load up for 4 or 5 days, to where we've got all these properties right here in 4 ounces, and you could start just by getting that in you each day and then going to 2 a day. Because if you even start this with your same routine at the beginning, man, love you.